They'll be calling you a radical. I just got back from the Livermore lab and at Berkeley, and I got to tell you this. That is the twilight zone. That is the creepiest place on the face of the earth as I'm putting up these things. We got a lot of talk about, number one, the World Bank come out and says we ain't funding one freaking penny of freaking nuclear energy. That is a big fucking deal. Huge deal. Barbara Boxer sent the letter to the NRC. She goes off in a rant. What's it? She says, Kevin, she's starting to sound like you. As 12 other senators signed the letter. It's a big deal. Lots of stuff going on. As far as activism, the people that participate in the post, stuff's starting to flap now. Wow. Wow. What art. What activism. Wow. Videos are pouring in for her and everybody that went out there. Oh, I love you. How about Angie's photos up there in Tennessee? Oh, I mean, over and over. How about Dave Parrish over there, Lonnie Clark, down there in Texas, everywhere. The photograph I put up when I landed at the airport, Heather picked me up in that car. Her little red sports car. It's got Fukushima. You know, the deck clock has hit 0. Plumegate plaster driving around San Francisco. Livermore is creepy as it gets out there. I'm going to put a set of videos up, a whole set of videos. And I want to say this about activists. You people that are sitting in your basement with a webcam making videos. There's no art, there's no creativity, there's no information. You're not activists. 90% of people doing these videos, they're not activists. These people that went out and did it, this is activism. You're not activism. I don't know what they are. Remember that, and you people that are doing real activism and you don't get any views or you don't get any people to show up to your meeting, you're standing in front of a plant by yourself and you're on your own and you're all alone. Remember this, Vincent Van Gogh never sold one painting. This is very, very real shit. We are fighting for our lives. This is very real. Out in the street, that's where we'll meet. At the Berkeley lab, I was there. I was on the campus of Berkeley. I was out at Livermore. Wow. I mean, you'll see these videos I put up, this whole set of. To everybody who participated, I want to say how much I love you, how much this meant, how important this is. This is so important. People don't see it. They don't see it. I see it. These are historical times. These are historical moments. Nuclear's done as the cartel and the cards come tumbling down. And like I said, YouTube ranters and videos in front of a webcam in your basement, blah, blah, Johnny come late, worthless fuckers, totally worthless. In fact, and I want to say this is very important. You know how I've been involved in the Blue Castle fight by myself, all alone for years, fighting it, doing the videos out of my bone marrow, acute bone marrow transplant in critical condition about Blue Castle, fighting, exposing the nuclear card, taking them on. Well, of course, Hill files a lawsuit against, you know, they get the water right through. Hill files a lawsuit. Well, I'm in Manhattan on the 28th. The lawsuit's going on. I told Hill, I argued with him over and over, do not hire Gundershield. Do not hire Iron Gunderson. He's the worst thing that ever happened to the nuclear movement. So I get back, boom, there, Gunderson on the stand. So I read the transcript. I'm like, oh my God. So I email Matt and I'm like, what the fuck's the matter with you fuckers? Oh no, he's going to correct. I said, guaranteed you lose. He says, I'll bet you $1 million we do. I says, I'll bet you 10 million you fucking lose. We're going to lose because you put that fucking marshmallow piece of shit. That's my point. You people that think you're activists, spinning a video, whatever, you fucking marshmallows, you fucking no credentials, jump in fucking late, whatever. Fucking dangerous. Beyond that, you work for them, even though you don't think you're working for them. Hopefully we can win in the appellate court. Oh yeah, I knew the judges ruled against us. Gunderson, fuck, that prosecutor tore that fucker apart. He got no credentials. He's a fake. He's a fucking fraud. We lost. I mean, you jump into these fucking issues in this softball fucking format. This is not fucking softball issue. They got Bob Gibson on the mound throwing fucking lasers at your fucking head on Balco, beating you. You want to play fucking powder puff softball? You work for them. To everybody who participated, went out in the street. Thomas Ackerman up there at freaking, oh my God, have you seen that video? Oh, up there at Bruce. Holy cow. Lonnie Clark's in Oregon State. Him down there in Texas, in North Carolina. I mean, up there at Hanford. Angie's in Tennessee. I mean, they're all flying in now, so many of them. What's her name drove all the way from up at Humboldt County, met me down there. His video out there at Livermore. Livermore's the creepiest, it's fucking beyond. I mean, fuck. Steinbeck would go crazy. It's fucking the creepiest, scariest place in the fucking world out there. really creepy. I'll put up this subset of videos. The World Bank stepping in saying, fuck you, we're not funding anything. That is a major, gigantic, gigantic, gigantic fucking story. What does that mean? India, China, everybody think, oh, we're going to put on 400 nuclear plants. Pandora's Promise said so. No, China doesn't want your fucking nuclear shit pushed on them. India doesn't want your nuclear. Germany said, fuck you, we're done. Switzerland saying, fuck you, we're done. Japan doesn't want your fucking shit. They're protesting. You know what? And the fucking, you fucking yellow and black cartel mass murder. You're on the wrong side of fucking history. The mass media, you sit and fucking won't cover the fucking protests in Japan as they're incarcerating people. Westinghouse, gee, the fucking cartel from hell. I went down and confronted the fuckers who murdered my father. Fucking Berkeley, wow. Wow. The fuck has happened down there? It's like she said, it's like everybody's a zombie. They're just numb down there. It ain't the fucking San Francisco I used to know. It's surely not the Berkeley, but how can students protest? Because they get pepper sprayed by the Queen's fucking whore and the Queen's lynchman. And then they pay the fucking Queen's lynchman. To you people that are sitting around mixing fucking videos, say you're going to go fucking do something in Michigan, say you're going to do something whatever, and then, you know, talk, you know, sitting in a fucking basement behind a webcam, talk about diluting the fucking cause. Remember, they're not activists, and all you people that did put it, I don't care if you got 4 views, that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You did the fucking work, you're an activist. Because you care, you're really trying to shut that, you're not trying to build up a view count on a fucking YouTube account. I don't know what their sick fucking weirdo fucking problem is. I'm fighting for my fucking life. I'm fighting for your kids' fucking life. This is very real. I've lived it my whole life. I'm watching murder my fucking father. This is fucking real. Fucking. And you people say, you know, Tony, so many of you guys, you know, they're worried about view count. Yeah, you do great work, Tony. You know, down there, Patrick, Shane Russell, Maureen Burke, them are investigative journalists. They're powerhouses. Everybody that went out in the street, like I said, remember one thing, and always remember this. Vincent van Gogh never sold one fucking painting. Not fucking one. Stay tuned.